So unless you've been living under a rock, you would know that Despia is currently one of the most played decks of the format. It is somewhat of a counter to Kishtira if it goes first, and it does have some decent plays if it goes second. And of course, Despia is inherently good because it only really needs one card to play, and it can adapt itself to pretty much any given format. In the past, we've seen Despia abuse cards like Guardian Chimera with Branded in red to destroy a bunch of cards on the opponent's turn. And since Ad Libitum was mainstream, people were also abusing Mirror J to banish multiple monsters too. But just like I said before, Despia is a deck that never really gets nerfed, it always gets better over time. Thanks to Branded Expulsion, the deck can now summon 2 monsters on either player's side of the field from the graveyard or banished. And the funny thing is, special summoning a monster to your opponent's field is even better to summoning one on your own field because some monsters have kind of like toxic negative effects. In the past, people have been using cards like Raw's Disciple or Ido in order to prevent their opponent from special summoning monsters while they were on the field. However, these cards kind of function as continuous effects, meaning that if you had something like Dark Hole to clear your own board, well, you would actually get rid of the curse and you would finally be free to play. Unfortunately, though, people have adapted to that and now they're playing even nastier cards. People are now turboing out Gimmick Puppet Nightmare as well as DD Orthros in order to prevent their opponent from playing completely. These cards are lingering, so once they apply their effects, you lose, there's nothing you can do about it. And the crazy part is, both of these monsters are Azathoth-esque monsters, so they do not activate or start a chain. They simply apply their effects silently upon being summoned, and once they do, they curse the owner for the rest of the turn. That is terrifying. I mean, think about it, right? You have all the starters and extenders in the world, you even have board breakers, but you can't play because your opponent gave you a freaking Gimmick Puppet monster. Your whole hand achieves absolutely less than nothing if for the rest of the turn you can only special summon Gimmick Puppet monsters or Fiend monsters, right? I guess it can be argued that the DD Orthros is not that bad because sometimes you can still play if you can summon some Fiend monsters, but the Gimmick Puppet Nightmare is pretty much gonna be a nightmare for you. Oh, and by the way, they apply also to non-extra deck monsters, so don't go thinking that you can still special summon monsters from your hand, deck, or graveyard. You can't. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this combo is really good, but it also has some counterplays and weaknesses. The Despia player heavily relies on Branded Fusion resolving in order to get the materials to the graveyard or banished. Therefore, if you can actually Ash the Branded Fusion, there is nothing your opponent can do. And even if the Branded Fusion resolves, you can still Ghost Bell the Branded Expulsion, and they're still gonna be losing because they have to commit a lot in order to get to the point where they can activate the Expulsion, and that's the only real big piece of interaction that they have for you. So in other words, Despia is a go big or go home kind of deck. When it works really well and you always lose, but when it doesn't, you're gonna be destroying them because they have nothing else. And that's my issue with Despia, they kinda lose to singular handshots that are being played in the format anyways. But that's all I had to say for this video, thank you guys so much for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.